It is a stormy day here in the Scottish Highlands, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad about. I actually love this kind of weather. It's what epitomises autumn for me, although it's very changeable. The sun's actually coming out a bit now. Typically, as soon as we stepped out the door for our dog walk, the heavens opened and our normal walk was actually flooded, which I should have thought of. I forget, it's been the first time it's been flooded for months now, probably since last winter, and yeah, we had to sort of do a short walk, which Sky was very perturbed about, but she'll get out again later with the ball, so she'll be fine. So it's Monday today and I'm kicking off another weekly vlog with you guys. I was just doing a bit of editing this morning. I had the dog walk. I'm getting quite hungry, so I thought I would show you what I'm cooking for lunch because I am trying a new recipe. I got this from Minimalist Baker's website, who is one of my favourite vegan recipe creators. I have a cookbook as well. Which is great. I've had it for years. Like, I don't keep many cookbooks. I think there's so much available online. I don't feel the need to have many, but that's one of the ones I have kept over the years because I do flip back to it quite often. And I find that when this sort of colder months come in, I eat a lot of soup, which again, like, is fine because I enjoy soup and I have a nice variety of different recipes, but I feel like I'm getting a bit of a rut with it. So I wanted to try and find some recipes that were still kind of nourishing and warming, you know, and appropriate for the season, but were a bit different. So I stumbled upon this one, and it's her roasted full vegetable salad with white beans, which looks lush. It's technically a side salad, but I'm going to make it for my lunch because I think it would probably do. You could probably bulk it out with grains. I think I might consider, I'll see how much this is and maybe consider doing that in the future. But if I'm hungry later, I'll just eat something else. But yeah, it's essentially your roasted veggies. So I am clever. Well, not clever. I'm kind of past self was kind of future Molly. I hate cutting up squash. It's very tedious. So if I can do it in advance, I will do. So Sunday is usually my food prep kind of day. So I was like, right, I'm gonna get ahead. I'm gonna cut up my squash because it lasts pretty well in a Tupperware in the fridge as well. And then that's done. Although I've just looked at that recipe and she actually slices her squash thinly, and I've cubed mine, but it's fine. It'll be fine. And then also Brussels sprouts, which I'm not sure I've ever roasted before. I don't cook with it much, but yeah, hopefully I don't have an oven in the tiny here. We do have an air fryer. Hopefully that works okay. And then the other ingredients are kale. Obviously, like, this is coming into season, or is in season now. Yeah, UK, and a bit of protein with your beans. And it's quite a nice way to use up cannellini beans because it's not a bean I use a huge amount. I tend to always have at least one tin in my cupboard because it kind of crops up now and again. So most of the time we'll use, if I'm using white beans, either chickpeas or butter beans, but I think this will be really nice with the salad. And then you do a homemade dressing, which looks pretty similar to other dressings I've created. I would always say that if you are wanting to cook more from scratch or eat more plants, that kind of thing, I would recommend investing in some kind of pantry staples and stuff to make your own dressings and like dips and things like that. It really does make a difference because it's versatile between different meals, different recipes, and it's an initial investment and not a huge amount. But if you try and, what I try and do, because again I'm limited with space in the tiny home, is I try and get ingredients that really are quite versatile. It's kind of stuff you use across loads of recipes. So the ones I use in this, like stuff like obviously olive oil, apple cider vinegar, or you could use lemon juice. You just want something more acidic. Syrup, Dijon mustard, which I hit and miss whether I have it. I actually do have it at the moment, and yeah, salt and pepper. So that kind of stuff that is really simple to put together in dressing. I don't think I've ever bought dressing in my entire life. Like, I've always just made stuff from home, and I'm getting better at it. I really like making stuff like cashew cream dressings as well. They're really nice with soups, but yeah, that'd be nice. And then she suggests topping it with cranberries as well. So it should be fairly quick. Salad's always best fresh, so I'm just going to do enough for one portion today, and then similarly tomorrow, maybe even the next day, depending how many ingredients I've got left over. And I get hungry, so I'm going to get on with that now. So here it is in all its glory. Doesn't it look fabulous? And it was really quick to do. Let's do a little taste test, shall we? I'm hoping this sprouts aren't too hot. Trying to get a bit of everything on the fork. Mmm. Whenever I make that noise, this guy's like, what are you eating? Can you see it? Not really. She's hiding down there looking at me very intently. No, that's really good. It's nice and refreshing. It's really nice to have like a autumn-winter variation on a salad. And she didn't say to massage the kale, but I would always recommend that. Literally just like when you put the dressing on, quite literally just massage it a little bit, because it is quite rough. It's like a rough green, so eating it raw can be quite chewy. So if you massage it, it doesn't take long. It just sort of softens it a little bit. And like I said, I made it all fresh and got the dressing like left over for tomorrow. Another thing about this kind of meal that's really great is you can change it up. So, you know, any roasted vegetable, you can just choose whatever you like or whatever you have in the house. You can change up the beans. Like I said, you could do probably white beans would suit this the most. So like chickpeas, butter beans, but it might work with like the likes of kidney beans. And then, yeah, the base, you could switch it to like spinach maybe, although I suppose that's not really in season if you wanted to eat a bit more seasonally this time of year. Or any kind of leafy green would probably work in this. And like, yeah, the cranberries, you could add anything else. What might be nice in this actually would be a bit of chopped apple. And I do need to eat some apples, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But anyway, success I'd say. So I'll link this down below and I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. So I'll admit that I've been bad at vlogging with you guys today. Ooh, let's get my slippers on. Because I have just been upstairs editing for a lot of the day, to be honest. I went for a run first thing, got soaked, which I quite like running in the rain. It's quite satisfying. And then came back, the sun came out, then it's gone back in again. It's one of those weird, apparently you always get a weather report on my videos. But I'm taking a break in work because I just got a delivery because I ordered some more wrapping paper. I get all my wrapping paper from Rewrapped because it's all fully recyclable, like from recycled products, and is also recyclable. And they also just have some really lovely designs on there. Even their plastic packaging is compostable as well. And I've got a few birthdays coming up, and then I've got obviously Christmas coming up, so I wanted to get a few bits so that I am prepared. I've got a couple of different designs. I've already got some left over, so maybe I'll show you that in a bit. But I got this one, which is kind of just like quite generic. You could use it for any kind of gift wrapping, which I quite like for like birthdays or just any other gift that I might want. It's just these like leaves. And this one's super cute because they've got some Bubba birthdays coming up. So, and Christmas obviously, got this kind of like jungle animal theme, which is adorable. And I've got like a close friend with a wee boy and a close friend with a wee girl. So I wanted something that I could use for both of them. And then I've just raided my existing supply. I might just have enough. This one's more of a Christmassy type one, so I'll keep that one. Because I haven't given you any context for this. I'm wrapping, I've got to wrap a friend's birthday presents today because I'm seeing her later this week. So this I really love because it's like autumnal and obviously it's October. So I might be able to wrap one of her prezzies. Got a wee bit left of that. And then I've also got this like nice floral one as well. And in terms of what I got my friend, I did ask if there was anything specific she was after, but there wasn't. So I just got her some like bits and pieces that I hope she'll like. So the first is just some hot chocolate. I got some like posh stuff from Whittards, and this is vegan friendly because she's vegan as well, but she's definitely got a sweet tooth. She's not really a dark chocolate girl, so I thought if I got the one with salted caramel, then this might be a bit more up her street. And then I got a couple of pairs of these socks that I just saw on Etsy and I was like, these are really sweet. So I got like this mustard yellow one with hedgehogs, and then this sort of burgundy colour with a fox. And then I got her like a personalised candle from Etsy again. Etsy's just like my go-to for presents, which I haven't even opened yet. From Kindred Fires, and they come with these wee matches. It's a soy wax candle, and it actually comes really lovely packaged. Half tempted to wrap it in the box, and no, actually I think that'll probably take too much wrapping paper, won't it? I'll wrap this box though. Really nice to get like a personalised candle, and again you could choose the scent. I just went for Tranquility because I thought that would be, yeah, sort of generically nice, and she loves going to spas and stuff, and it kind of reminds me of that. And in terms of cards, I got her this one because she loves owls, so I thought this would be a winner. So I think I'm gonna wrap all this now. You can wrap along with me, although I am a terrible wrapper, so please do not judge me. I honestly, every time I go to wrap something, I'm like, why do I not watch a YouTube tutorial on how to wrap better? And then I never do, and you know, I'm 31, almost 32 now, and it's just not got better. But you know, it's thought that counts. That's part of the reason I get pretty wrapping paper. Maybe it will hide how badly I wrap things. We can hope. I cannot cut remotely a straight line. I tried. It's a proper overcast, gloomy kind of day today, and I'm loving it. The autumn colours are just stunning. I feel like every year I forget how beautiful they are, and I love to come up here, especially into the hills, and walk by the river when it's like this, because I feel like it looks extra beautiful. And I've got all my layers on because it's not freezing, but it is a little bit nippy. And I've also come out with wet hair, which is never a good plan, but it seems to be inevitable for me because I'm far too lazy to dry my hair. Yeah, I think we're going to have a little wander. I have a strong suspicion we might get wet at some point, but I have my waterproofs with me just in case. And I'm going to enjoy our nice Wednesday morning walk. I just love autumn. I just do. It's just the best season. And days like this just make me feel so grateful, both to live in the Scottish Highlands, such a beautiful location, but also to be self-employed and able to take advantage of days when I just really need to get outside, when I have that urge. I can just go, which has been a massive game changer to me. I've talked a little bit about that before. I used to work sort of 9 to 5 as a wildlife conservationist, which is a very cool career, don't get me wrong, but I don't think I've ever meant to work for other people. I think being self-employed means I can really live in a way that aligns to both my values, but also in terms of my health. I am introverted, I am more sensitive, and I do require a lot of time alone, a lot of time out in nature. That's what makes me feel really myself and really well, just basically trying to live a quieter, slower pace of life. And I can genuinely say that a big part of me being able to successfully transition to being self-employed, full-time content creator, was the classes that I've watched on Skillshare, who I'm partnering with again on this video. I was a paying customer of Skillshare way before I even had a YouTube channel, and I continue to work with them because I just love that this platform is designed by creatives for creatives, with some wonderful industry experts that cover a huge variety of skills, including things like writing, marketing, crafts, or personal development. I remember there was a couple of classes that really were a turning point to me when it came to making the decision to pursue this, what was a side hustle, to being my full-time job. The first one was by Emma Gannon, who is still probably my favourite teacher on Skillshare. She's just fantastic. I watched her class, Discovering Success, 7 Exercises to Uncover Your Purpose, Passion and Path, and that really helped me steer my career into the path I wanted. I wanted to move from that kind of science background to being more creative, and Emma just explained it really well and was very inspiring. All her classes are so wonderful. When it came to actually finding time to work on my side hustle alongside working full-time without burning out, I turned to Greg McCowan's class, Simple Productivity, How to Accomplish More with Less, where it explains how the concepts in his book Essentialism can be applied to our everyday decisions and really do add up to make a difference. And from there, Skillshare has helped me massively improve my writing skills. The creative writing classes on there are some of my favourites. It's helped me build this YouTube channel because I absolutely had no idea how to make videos before I started. It's all self-taught. And I also love it as an inspiration for my personal hobbies. I really like to invest in those, and I'm doing more and more so this year as it's my year of joy. So if you would like to try Skillshare out for yourself, which I highly recommend, then the first 500 people to use the link in my description can get a 1-month free trial with Skillshare. Thank you so much to Skillshare for continuing to support my channel, and of course thank you so much to all of you watching, because I really could not be here without you. Back in the kitchen, and I'm going to be trying another Minimalist Baker's recipe. You can tell I've been on her website in the last week or so because I want to try her tofu and cauliflower curry. I am a big curry person. I think it's such a really yummy way of getting in like some veggies and some protein. And I've never actually put tofu in a curry, so I'm intrigued to see how this goes. It looks fairly straightforward. You essentially roast the cauliflower and the tofu, which you get in a roasted tofu, so I'm intrigued to see what that's going to be like. And then you make up a sauce with like your onions, garlic, ginger and spices, and then you whiz that together with some cashews and water. And cashews are great because they like thicken things and make it like nice and creamy, because this is going to be like a korma style curry. And then you just put it all together and cook it down to whatever consistency you want. And I'm going to get on to this now because I like to be kind to myself, and if I'm trialing a new recipe, especially as I'm vlogging it, I don't want to do it like just before I want to be eating. So another great thing about curry is the longer you leave it, the better it tastes, within reason. So I'm going to be cracking on with that now. So I'm hoping I've done this right. I've never, like I've said, roasted tofu before, and this block seemed especially soft for some reason. It's kind of like going on the sofa, mum's talking. So I'm hoping it kind of holds itself together, but she does say to use a like DIY curry powder that she gives a recipe for, which does look really nice, but I haven't got all the ingredients for that. To cover the tofu and the cauliflower, and also to put in the sauce. So I'm going to make up, which is my usual way of cooking. I think I'm just going to use garam masala for the topping of these two, and then I might add in some of the extra things like turmeric at least in the main curry, and just sort of taste it and see how it tastes. Maybe some cinnamon as well. But yeah, this is quite a good all-round seasoning, so I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I thought I'd give you a quick outfit of the day if you can see me okay. It's another very gloomy morning, but the overhead light just doesn't look good, so bear with me. I'm going up to Inverness today to see my birthday, who I was wrapping presents for earlier this week. See you in the afternoon, so I'm taking my laptop up because I'm going to do some work in a cafe, which I love to do. On top, I'm wearing my soft knit jumper from Organic Basics that I got recently and showed you guys when I worked with them, and it's become an absolute staple in my autumn wardrobe. It's just so perfect, so versatile, so soft. I just love it. I might still have a discount code with them as well, so I'll link it below if I do. And then underneath I'm just wearing this like brown, light brown turtleneck that I actually thrifted the other day. Wearing my Everlane jeans and my Will's Vegan Store belt. I'm gonna take a sea salt rucksack, and then I've got my Vivayer urban boots on, which I love because they're really comfy, so they're nice for walking around town. So hopefully you saw that okay, and I'll check in with you guys in Inverness. So inevitably, if I come to Inverness, I have to get myself a Perk donut. I have featured these in my vlogs more than one time. I feel like every time I come to Inverness with you guys, I get a Perk donut. Although I was a bit bummed because I was kind of craving their Biscoff one. They often have at least one, usually 2 vegan donuts. They do like a whole, usually like I think it's 6 that they like do different ones of. But I suppose they're doing their kind of October Halloween ones because this one looks quite festive. Oh my god, I need a bib or something, so it's going to go everywhere. What is that? Oh, it's a fly. I can live there. So yeah, this is their, I think it was plum jam and then plum and lime glaze, I believe, which sounds nice. So I thought I would do a taste test with you guys. Oh my god, it's just so good. I'm not a massive sweet person, but donuts have always been my absolute favourite sweet treat. So when Perk opened in Inverness, I was just like, oh, this is heaven. So yeah, if you are in, oh god, I'm gonna put this down whilst I speak to you. If you are in Inverness, I do recommend, and you can sit in as well, and they have some nice outdoor seating. I'm spilling this everywhere. I did pick up a napkin. It's probably one of my favourite places to eat in Inverness. This is the thing, I tend to go to like the chain stores when I want to do some work because to be honest, I feel bad. A lot of the independent stores in Inverness are quite small, so I'd feel quite bad taking up a table for an hour and a half, 2 hours and just buy coffee. Plus a lot of them don't have Wi-Fi. So what I'll do is I'll do that and then maybe get takeout from these places, or if I want to go to one of those places, I'll just go and read my book or go with a friend. So yeah, Perk. Blend's great as well. They do great vegan options, and there's Culture, which is fully vegan, and I need to go more often. I forget it's there, but it's really lovely. Perk does have a soft spot for me, and their coffee is also really good. Yeah, I spent too long on Waterstones, so I'm running a bit late. I did buy a couple of books, but I haven't got time to show you, so I will show you later on in this vlog. And now I've really got to go. Hey loves, it's now Friday. I've just had my lunch. I had some vegan potato soup that I made a couple of weeks ago but froze a couple of portions of. I love to do that. I'm just eating up everything out the house at the moment because I won't be here next week because I'll be visiting family. But I thought I would share books I got yesterday. These were an impulse buy, I'm being brutally honest here. I didn't expect to buy books when I went into Waterstones because, as I've said before, I do get a lot of my books from the library or secondhand. I don't buy new books hugely often, but I think my season where I end up buying a lot more books is autumn, which I'm okay with because, you know, reading's so important to me and adds so much value to my life, and autumn is my favourite season, so I want to enjoy it. So these are the books I went for, both very autumnal but very different. So the first one was this one, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I have seen this in Waterstones a couple of times. I believe it's now part of a series because they had a table with, perhaps there's 3 of them now, but this is, I hope, the first one. And it looks like a cosy romance, obviously very autumnal, the fact that it's pumpkin spice, things like that. It looks like it's a sunshine, you know, that kind of sunshine grumpy trope, whatever that is, with romances. And it probably is going to be a little bit cliche, but I think it's fun sometimes just to have books that make you feel good. And I've been reading a lot more like spooky gothic ones recently because they're my favourite kind of books to read this kind of year, but it'd be quite nice to mix it up with this one. And I really enjoyed reading The Secret Society of Regular Witches, which was also a cosy book. That was cozy fantasy, and I did think I might enjoy it because I had heard really good things about this. I haven't heard as much about this one, so it's a little bit of a risk, but they were both on the buy one get one half price deal, so I didn't spend too much money. Anyway, look at it, it's just gorgeous. It's gonna look lovely on my bookshelf. And the next one is Mary, which is another kind of, not a retelling of Frankenstein, but it's linked to that because it's talking about Mary Shelley. It's fiction. Seems to be a lot of these around at the moment. I read Our Hideous Progeny. Was that this year I read that in the winter? I
think it was, which is also like another Frankenstein kind of retelling, which I enjoyed. But this one I think looks even more up my street. I actually picked this up, put it down, picked it up, put it down, and then what sold it to me is I realised that it was on a display where it was Waterstone's Scottish Book of the Year, I think, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get it, because you follow Mary Shelley and she goes to this gathering with friends and they're all told to write a ghost story, and that suddenly transports Mary back to this romance she had. It says suddenly Mary is transported back to a long strange summer in the wilds of Scotland where she fell in love with the enigmatic Isabella Baxter. As she remembers, something fierce and terrifying wakes within her. Now she will unleash it into the world. So I'm guessing it's kind of like a story around how she got inspired to write Frankenstein, so it sounds great. And I love the reviews on it. You know, they say a little masterpiece of gothic fiction, a fantastically moody, unsettling novel. I think it's going to be so much fun to read. So I hope you've enjoyed this weekly vlog. And remember, if you want to check out Skillshare, then you can get that free trial by clicking the link in my description. And I will see you guys very soon.